Yeah, welcome to my totally, hopefully not rambling video, even though most likely I will be rambling because I do not have the ability to currently edit. So everything I'm going to talk about I have to do while sitting here playing live, so, you know, one shot, one take crap. Anyways, first couple of things I want to talk about is talents. First we'll talk about our good old buddy Critical Save. Using a medkit when low health increases damage resistance by 20% for 10 seconds.
Thank you for what you're doing.
What they essentially mean by this is when you're in the last bar of health or lower, if you pop a medkit, you get 20% all damage resistance for 10 seconds. Generally, you know, this gives you extra survivability when you need it most, especially because medkits for this build are very important. Second, Strike Back. We're going to use this for now. Just like it says, reach low health to reduce active cooldowns by 20%. So, once again, hitting that last bar of health right here will immediately shave 20% of the cooldown left on any of your skills. Here's our big good old buddy Tactical Advance. Complete a cover to cover to move to increase weapon damage by 2% per meter covered for 5 seconds, up to a maximum of 30%. Meaning that really a cover to cover move only has to be 15 meters to get the maximum for this, but you know, I think cover to cover can actually go up to 25 meters maybe? Not totally sure. Final talent, Steady Hands. Enter any cover to reduce recoil by 25% for 10 seconds. Even though really what this is it's much closer to 50%. It's been like this since launch. No one's really sure if it's a bug or if it's always been intended. Anyways, this recoil really means both stability and accuracy. Now, with your slow M700 carbine, not such a big help, but SVD really pretty much turns around the nerf they did to the stability and accuracy on the SVD with patch 1.7. Anyways, this build is totally focused around 3 primary things now. We're now using Pulse, even though as you can see from your Pulse's damage, it's not very strong, but that's only because you have 112,000 skill power, which really ain't shit. Anyways, the critical hit chance from your Pulse doesn't do you any good, but this is literally just a flat 13% more damage to those targets. Also, when using the Tactical Scanner mod, this gives you and everyone else in your party an additional 5%. They have actually reduced it from 10% down to 5% damage on all pulse targets. But still, literally for you, that's basically 18% more damage on pulse targets. Your cooldown is about 43.4 seconds. Pulse lasts for 20 seconds, so you definitely only have about 50% uptime on this. Also, obviously, Pulse, with its interaction to your minimap, allows you to have a lot more situational awareness, so you can even think of Pulse as actually being a survivability gain on top of the damage. Another big one here, got our good old buddy Booster Shot. Booster Shot heals you for 52,966 health via your skill power, has a essentially 40-second cooldown, and Booster Shot gives you, 15% additional damage for 10 seconds. The big thing to keep in mind though is after getting the big portion of health back, Booster Shot is almost entirely a DPS cooldown. You basically want to use it as soon as it comes back up. You really want to get in the habit of using your skills, especially with this kind of a build, immediately after the back. You have 279k health now, but Booster only heals you for 53k. It's less than 1/6 of your total health, so Booster's not there to save your ass. It's not a defensive cooldown. It's literally, I mean, it gives you some survivability, but essentially it's just extra boost. You know, it's a burst cooldown for DPS. Because yeah, when you have 280k health and you only get healed for 53k every 40 seconds, yeah, it's not there for defense. Once again, going back to our talents, it's important to take advantage of Tactical Advance, but you don't want to be doing cover to cover everywhere you go. You know, probably don't enjoy that play style, but just keep in mind that literally setting up a cover to cover move can give you a giant extra boost of damage for 5 seconds, and it's really easy to use in between spots. But you don't have to cover everywhere you go. but get in the habit of actually using this. It's a very powerful talent. And yeah, the other thing we really want to talk about, so your M700 Carbon, now that's fully min-maxed, very nice base damage, destructive is great, deadly is great. Elevated, so elevated increases your damage by 10% when elevated more than 1.2 meters above your target. Elevated is multiplicative damage instead of additive. I'll explain that some other time, but it's a bit more than actually 10%. And obviously, in a lot of situations, it's really easy to take advantage of this talent. This is actually higher than you even need to be. Anything that makes you just climb up animation counts. Oh, nobody to shoot, so dog. Now that I'm thinking of that, I should have left that other dog alive to show the difference between elevated and non-elevated. Anyways, take advantage of elevated whenever you can, but you don't put yourself out in order to get that. Just keep in mind that if you can get up high to take advantage of it. Here, I'll show you some stuff here. We're going to use a cover-to-cover move plus pulse plus booster shot to get some really high damage. I also have some footage of me doing this exact same boss last night without taking advantage of these, so we can compare the numbers. And that's basically it for now. Obviously, my cooldown's back, so could always pulse and push a shot again. But yeah, just keep in mind, those two skills, very powerful, use them all the time.